Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I see that you all have a lot of doubt regarding books and reading, so I thought of doing this Q&A video where you can ask away your question and I'll be answering them all honestly. And yeah, so without wasting much time, let's just get started. Okay guys, first question is heartwarming books. Okay, so I think by this it's feel good books that makes you feel good, makes your heart warm. I think that is what is meant by this question. So for this, there are many books for this. I think one would be The Moment of Lift. Reading this book that really made me feel good, and it is I exactly felt this way. When I read this book, this is what I said, that it is a very heartwarming book. And so The Moment of Lift by Melinda Gates, it's उसमें उन्होंने जैसे she worked with a lot of organizations, she worked for women empowerment, she worked to help downtrodden, और उन्होंने अपने एक्सपीरियंस, अपनी जर्नी के बारे में बताया है, उन्होंने अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया है. एंड व्हेन वी थिंक अबाउट हेल्पिंग पीपल वी थिंक ऑफ डूइंग समथिंग बिग, बट इतनी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं दैट कैन मेक अ डिफरेंस एंड इट विल रियली मेक योर हार्ट वार्म. सो वन बुक that is for sure, The Moment of Lift by Melinda Gates. There are many other books. I think the things you can only see when you slow down. There's one fiction book, 2 by 2 by Nicholas Sparks. That's a very beautiful book about father-daughter relation. Not exactly about that, but उसमें ये काफ़ी highlighted है and it touched my heart. Very beautiful book. That can be another heartwarming book. And also Attitude is Everything. That was also feel good, beautiful book. And yeah, that's it. Next one we have is how much time do you take to read one book? Okay, so this was by a lot of people and my DM is flooded with this question as well. So how much time do I take to read one book? Guys, there's nothing fixed like that. I do not give myself these goals like I have to finish a book in a week or the number of books that I have to read in a year, and nothing like that. Because I feel that if I do that, or if I fix time, or if I check out time, how much time I'm taking to read one book, it will become work. It will become a work for me, and I would really enjoy it, because right now I read because I really enjoy the activity of reading and I do not want to make it work for me. So coming back to the question, how much time do I take to read one book? There is nothing fixed. If I think, so these thriller mystery books, so they get over 2 to 3 days. कभी कभी एक दिन में भी हो जाता है अगर मुझे बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग लग रही है बुक. सो नॉन फिक्शन बुक्स तो इंटरेस्टिंग होती हैं. They also take around 4 to 5 days, I guess. Means इसी बहुत चीज़ों पे डिपेंड करता है ना, साइज ऑफ द बुक. आप अभी आपके पास कितना टाइम है उस बुक को पढ़ने के. समटाइम देयर इज मोर वर्कलोड, कभी कम होता है. कितनी बुक इंटरेस्टिंग है, कितना आप इंजॉय कर रहे हो बुक को, कितना आप टाइम निकाल पा रहे हो बुक के लिए. देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ फैक्टर्स दैट कम इन. सो मैं ऐसे कह नहीं सकती हाउ मच टाइम आई टेक टू रीड वन बुक. मैं बोल दूंगी कोई नंबर, obviously I can give a number, but that won't be honest and that won't be true, so can't say about that. Okay, so next question we have is top books for entrepreneurs. So I think what you are trying to ask here is which book you should read if you are starting your business or if you have started one. And for these business books, The Lean Startup, that's pretty good. The Hard Thing About the Hard Thing, that's another great book. Is this book Business Adventures, and that Bill Gates has called this book best business book that he has ever read, and he reads a lot of books, so if he's calling a book the best business book that he has read, so I think that's pretty good. That must be pretty good. So these 3 books I think you can pick up. There's also this book 0 to 1, that's also pretty famous. So guys, all these books that I'm recommending here, I've not read these books, so I'm not guaranteeing these books are going to be great, but बहुत अच्छे reviews हैं सब books के, and they are well read. People talk very highly of these books. People claim that these books help them a lot. There's this another book, The Innovator's Dilemma, that's also good. The Outsiders, that's another good book. So there are many books, but I have not really read any of these books, so I can't say for sure. but yeah, these are the books you can pick up. Next question we have is how to read cover many books as a beginner, tips for fast reading. Okay, so this is also very famous question. People are very keen on reading many books and adding many books to their list. So how to read many books. So guys, if you want to read many books, I would suggest पतली बुक्स उठाओ आप, छोटी छोटी बुक्स. मैंने भी वो किया था स्टार्टिंग में, वो तो मुझे भी था कि मुझे बहुत सारी बुक्स पढ़नी है. तो आई वुड सजेस्ट फर्स्ट छोटी छोटी बुक्स पढ़ो, तो ऑब्वियसली वो जल्दी ख़त्म होंगी. और छोटी छोटी बुक्स हैं एज अ मैन थिंकeth, एटीट्यूड इज़ एवरीथिंग, हु मूव्ड माई चीज़, बहुत छोटी है. और भी हैं, मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में और ऐड कर दूंगी जो भी छोटी छोटी बुक्स होंगी. सो यू कैन उनमें से वो बुक आप ले लेना और जल्दी जल्दी वो ख़त्म हो जाएंगी. उसके अलावा आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप फिक्शन बुक पढ़ो, और फिक्शन में भी वो जो बहुत जल्दी से पढ़ी जाती है, जैसे कि थ्रिलर, सस्पेंस, मिस्ट्री. तो ऐसी बुक्स ना आप रख नहीं पाते, आप जस्ट हैव टू रीड. और भी जो आपको बुक मिले विच इज़ हाईली इंगेजिंग, सो यू शुड पिक सच बुक्स. तो आप जल्दी जल्दी इनको पढ़ के रख लोगे. नॉन फिक्शन कंपैरेटिवली ज़्यादा टाइम लेती है. ऑल्सो टिप्स फॉर फास्ट रीडिंग, आई डोंट रियली जस्ट ओनली स्टार्ट. आप ज़्यादा इंगेजिंग बुक्स पढ़ोगे या फिर वो बुक पढ़ोगे जिसमें आपको इंटरेस्ट हो. यू डोंट रीड द बुक दैट यू थिंक यू शुड बी रीडिंग, रीड द बुक दैट यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन, रीड द काइंड ऑफ बुक दैट यू लाइक, दैट यू जेन्युइनली वांट टू रीड. तो आप वो ज़्यादा अच्छे से पढ़ पाओगे, ज़्यादा जल्दी पढ़ पाओगे. सो दैट वुड बी माई सजेशन. ऑल्सो there are many tips for speed reading. I don't know them because I don't do that, and I've never tried that. I never thought of doing that because I really want to enjoy the book. I want to enjoy every book. I don't want to just एकदम से जल्दी से पढ़ के. So I don't know, but you can watch videos for this. I'll add a link in the description to other videos where people have told about speed reading, so you can check out one of those. Next question is, I cannot apply what I have read. How can I do that? Okay, now this is a little complicated and big. It's not really a one-line answer to this. So to apply, I think first thing that you have to do is you have to remember what you are reading. That's very important, because अगर आप बुक पढ़ रहे हो, अगर आपको याद ही नहीं है आपने क्या पढ़ा है, तो आप उसे अप्लाई कैसे करोगे. So remembering whatever it is that you are reading, that's the most important thing. And there are many tips for that also. So I have made a video on this, how to remember what you read, how to retain what you read. So आप वो वीडियो देख सकते हो. You'll find the link in the description below. Also with that, first thing is this, how you have to remember. And then जैसे अगर आपको याद रहती है ना, so आपको पता नहीं चलता, and these things get into your subconscious mind and subconsciously आप चीज़ें करने लगते हो. So don't worry much about what is it, how to apply what you read. वो अगर आप ज़्यादा अच्छी बुक्स पढ़ते रहोगे, सो वो सबकॉन्शियस, वो आपके माइंड में चीज़ें आप ऑटोमेटिकली एसिमुलेट करते रहोगे. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस, जस्ट रीड गुड बुक्स and yeah, it will be great. Next question is best autobiography. So now this is undoubtedly Wings of Fire by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Was very inspired after reading that book, and it's an amazing book. Reading that book, you will realize what made him so great and why he's so loved, and the way he hats off to him, the way he worked and how much he contributed to our country. So a must read. Even अगर आप बायोग्राफी नहीं भी पढ़ते तो I suggest it is a must read. Also means in the starting it was a little boring and at parts, because बहुत कुछ scientific चीज़ें भी बताई गई हैं. So because of that might be a hindrance reading that book, but that one is really an amazing book. Do read it. Next question is good action and adventure novel. I'm not sure what will come here, action and adventure novel. So I think आप fiction चाह रहे हो, और fiction भी high paced. So I think आप कोई Dan Brown की book उठा सकते हो, like the Da Vinci Code. I've not read this, but my friends have and they say it's really amazing. मैंने movie देखी है, तो movie तो मुझे काफ़ी अच्छी लगी थी, so book और अच्छी होगी. You can pick this one. Also, which other book can you pick? Harry Potter series, या फिर Lord of the Rings series, so that can be a good recommendation for this. Action and adventure, Which other book can I recommend here? Okay, I'll just check the list of books that I have read and I'll see if anything qualifies. So guys, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by action and adventure. So but this book say I felt this, very thrilled after reading the book or something like that. So I'll just recommend that. And that would be The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So that was not action and adventure, but super thrilling and बहुत कुछ हो जाता है उस book में. So I think that can come under adventure category of it. And yeah, I have not read such books. Thank you. मैं बहुत सोच रही थी कि मैं कौन सी book पढूं different, because I wanted to read a different book. So action and adventure. I'll just note this down. Action and adventure book. This is what I'll pick up next. Thank you, whoever sent me this question. Thank you. Next question is, okay, so again this question is also very famous. How many hours do you read in a day? Again, this question I get a lot. Guys, there's no fixed time. There are some times where I usually read, like sometime before going to bed. I like reading at that time. Also after lunch I like to have my green tea and I like to read a book along with that. So that is another time that I usually read, but there's nothing fixed that I spend these many hours reading. Nothing is fixed like that. I just keep a book handy. I keep a book with me, and if I get time I just open it and read a few pages. Then if someone start talking to me or some work come up, then I don't do that. Nothing means what I'm trying to say here is that nothing is fixed. I just read whenever I feel like it. Nothing is fixed like that. Okay guys, so these were your questions. Hope I was able to answer them honestly. If you still have any doubt, you can DM me. I'll try to answer that, or you can comment below and I'll try to answer that also. Thank you so much for sending these questions and thank you for being here. Bye bye.